Hello everyone, MeSpeed here, and I'm back with Heroes video. So this is going to be just a quick update here because there was a recent Christmas update, and I don't really get to do many of these videos anymore. I always seem to say this whenever I do eventually get around to one, but yeah, it's been about 7 months or so since the last time I covered like a major update, and I think that's kind of how long it's been since they did something like this. But yeah, I kind of thought this is worth at least making a video on briefly here. So yeah, the gist of it, they've added the Jeep widgets, so the ramming Jeep and the Jeep jump as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see them. I mean, the ramming Jeep is obviously really strong. You can instantly blow up tanks with it, which will be good news for people struggling with them. And I will say it's not always that consistent. You probably see that in the gameplay, but sometimes you will just die. Other times you can destroy the tank or another vehicle, but also yourself. And there will be times where you do manage to just destroy a vehicle and you'll be safe. You'll just sort of go like flying off into the air or whatever. But yeah, so they're kind of a bit random with how they work, but I think it's still very useful to have and quite helpful. And if there is someone camping in a tank, you can get around them in a Jeep and then just like ram into them. So it's nice to have that option, really. The Jeep jump as well can be strong if you land on another vehicle or a person, obviously. I mean, if I had to choose between them, I'd probably go for the speed instead, but they are kind of better used together. And as you can see in the gameplay, you can pretty much get really far across the map and reach like some interesting locations if a few people use them like back and forth, which is kind of nice to see. And again, the pocket vehicles were already added in like years ago, but it is kind of nice to have these, or to have them back, I guess, and to complement that. And it's likely that this is the first time some people are using these widgets in a few years, basically. So another thing, just another extra thing here. My last video, I did talk about the map that most people don't like, and I was giving like reasons why, and that was a pretty long list. But two of those things that I was saying that weren't very good about the map, those have actually been fixed now. There's been a few fixes to the Kawaii Kick map. So basically, last time one of the things I was saying was the damage like on the walls and objects and stuff like that, especially if you get hit by blasting strike, is ridiculous, and that was the main reason why like people didn't like it. But that's now been fixed, so a blast that would normally kill you or do insane damage is now a lot weaker, so I'm sure most people will be happy with this change. Yeah, so, and also, I mean, the thing is, like, the map still has problems. I'm not going to say it doesn't have any anymore, because it's definitely still unbalanced, and I don't know why this like issue couldn't have been fixed at the start, because as I said before, like, this map has been around for like 4 years or something now. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's still a positive thing. If you were maybe held back playing it because of the collision damage and stuff like that, I think it makes it easier to play certain play styles as well without fear of dying to a blast immediately and that sort of thing. It kind of means you can maybe like try out different setups that weren't really possible or feasible before, like doing something as a commando other than sniping, let's say. That can be quite good. I will say here though, like, a double blast is still going to kill you or do a lot of crazy damage, but that happens on any other map anyway, so I don't think they could really do much about that. But yeah, a single blasting strike sort of hit is not going to be nearly as stupid as it was before, which is nice. And I should also say they removed some of the clunky objects around the flags, so like movement is a bit better in some areas. It's not going to be as strange as it was. I don't think it's the case for everything. I think there's like still like stairs and stuff that's kind of weird to navigate around, but yeah, I think most of it is fixed. And also there's a new map conversion, so it's basically a night version of Kawaii Kick. There's not really too much to say. I mean, it's just a night version with objects from the official maps, like lampposts added in, and like different areas like houses lit up and stuff like that. And I always thought this map would have looked better, to be honest, with like BFH textures and obviously better balance, but yeah, I think it's a start. And I will say this, like, if you do come across this map, because I haven't seen it like too often, I guess people are just playing like the regular one now, but I don't know if this is to do with it or not, but I did notice this like immediately when I was playing. There is a very game breaking bug where if the fourth flag is taken, or I believe just like the base flag, so you know the very first one for both sides. But obviously you are going to see it when all flags are taken anyway. Basically, when those flags are taken, the enemies actually spawn from them, which is just ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how that's happened. It kind of looks like this wasn't really tested at all. So honestly, I would avoid it until something changes, or you know, maybe just play it if you've got no other choice, but just hope it doesn't get to that point, you know. I'd hope that like too many people wouldn't do that and cap that flag, but yeah, that's just crazy to think about, because it's already bad enough with the spawn killing and stuff, but when it's like, you know, you've got even less to travel to get to the enemy again, you're literally like respawning in the exact same place you were, like in the base, to just carry on spawn killing, which is really not enjoyable at all. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because I just saw it straight away and I was like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, so apart from that, there are a few new items and some returning ones in the store. So yeah, that's about it for this update. I think, yeah, it is nice to have another opportunity for an update video after quite a while, and you know, I feel like this was a fair few things worth talking about, and a few you know, new things and some changes thrown in there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.